And I'm Tom Vic. Happy Friday, folks. Here in Central Louisiana, we've got a hot one going. Rapides Hospital. We're checking out the cam there, looking north toward the Curtis Coleman Bridge. We're seeing a few cumulus clouds, nothing big enough to cause any rain. So we'll call it partly to mostly sunny. Let's check over toward Natchitoches. So go up that way, 92 degrees on their thermometer. We see likewise a little bit of haziness there, as well as a partly to mostly sunny sky. Checking DeRidder and Dry Creek down in that direction. Beauregard, we've got 93 degrees, nice rural countryside view there. And once again, we see the same sky, so not much change in the sky condition from place to place here for today. During certain times of the day, one place may have a bit more clouds. You know how that goes, and you saw there's at least a degree temperature difference there. So those small differences, that's all part of the weather pattern. Radar not showing anything, so doesn't look like anybody got any rain here in Cenla for today. A little bit down south in New Orleans, but it's very isolated there. Satellite and radar indicating we got a little energy in areas to the north. You see this little package of energy coming in out of the Rockies to the southwestern plains. We're also seeing a little bit in the far northlands and a little bit off the Pacific coast and then across Southern California, Nevada. There's a weather pattern change brewing in that direction, and it's all part of kind of a complicated weather pattern that we're going to be facing as we head into next week. Now let's check out something else for you. Let's go to the Futurecast back here locally, kind of plan it out for your weekend. Saturday morning, some folks may be out shopping, say mid-morning. I don't think there are going to be any issues with that. Once again, as we go into the evening hours, it's time for entertainment. So around 7, 8 o'clock, we've got a partly cloudy sky. It'll be warm, but so far, no rain, and likewise Sunday, back to a Sunday school and church for Sunday morning, mid-morning. No issues there, not got to worry about storms and lugging the rain gear there for church Sunday morning. And then during the evening hours, looks like we have a partly sunny sky also. And once again, rain zeroed out for Sunday. Looking at the satellite, this is our next tropical area of interest. There's nothing organized here. We see a good bit of deep convection in the southwest Caribbean there, but as we move up into the northwest part, not much happening. But this is an area that's going to be watched. We may see one of those Central American gyre systems, which is a rotate counterclockwise, rotate kind of a vortex, a spin, which sets up over Central America there. That's all part of this. And what that system can do is it can feed off spin in the atmosphere toward the eastern Pacific and trigger a tropical cyclone development there, or it can do so in the Caribbean or southern Gulf of Mexico. So that's kind of what I'm looking at as far as a pattern. And I'm not the only one. The National Hurricane Center has a 50-50 shot out for a tropical cyclone development, meaning a tropical depression, storm, or hurricane within the next 7 days. I actually think, as far as a depression is concerned, I think it's above 50%. So that's the area that we're watching for now. A couple of lesser areas out in the middle of the Atlantic. We'll keep an eye on those, but we're focused in on that Caribbean stuff right now. All right, Futurecast. I'm going to try to explain quickly this complex weather pattern that we've got. We got two things that are going to be working to maybe bring us some changes next week. First of all, this is the current pattern for that high pressure cell right there. You see that clockwise rotation? This is a hot bubble of air, which if this was July, early August, we'd see temperatures over 100 degrees with this, like we saw earlier in the summer. So we got that kind of guy here right now. There's a big trough out west. This is a cool bubble of air. And so let's see what's going to happen as we go into the future. Say this goes into Monday morning as folks get back on their schedule there for work and school. And then once we get into Wednesday, we see the big dip in the jet stream. Look at this big trough, kind of a ridge here. Here's that roller coaster hill, and then it digs a trough there across the plains. That kind of pattern is certainly capable of bringing a big fall change, but don't expect it's going to happen because we got a little stuff developing by that time on this model. This is a GFS model, just one model's of opinion. And so it's developing this interest area in the tropics that I was talking about. And once we go back into later next week, this goes into, say, Thursday evening, Thursday night, we'll see a big circulation there across the Corn Belt. There's that northwesterly flow. You know what that can do this time of year? Bring some cooler air. But look in the tropic, in the Gulf of Mexico, we got a tropical system there according to this model. So again, the forecast is all dependent on the interplay between what's happening up here on the continent with these upper level trough and what's happening down in the tropical, subtropical regions with this potential tropical system in the Gulf next week. So here we go with my guess. It's a low confidence forecast. I'll be honest with you. No issues this weekend, no complexity there. It's just simply hot. 93, 94 for high. Some folks could be as high as the upper 90s, but that would be very few. Monday, still a hot day, and little change there. No rain chances. We start introducing 20% there for your Tuesday and 30 for Wednesday, Thursday. I do think that system will be able to bring a little front with us. And so you do see a little bit of a temperature drop as we head into the latter part of next week, into the middle 80s and into the 60s for lows. We'll take that. Rain chances not high right now. I don't see a lot of rain chances right now. But again, if we get more tropical moisture, then those rain chances will be going up. So we'll be watching the tropics all week. Next week, Nick and I will. All right, I'll be back with you sometime in the PM tomorrow, probably close to about this time, maybe around 5 o'clock or afterwards, somewhere, give you a weather update. But that's my thinking right now as far as the forecast is concerned. So as the days wear on, we'll be able to clear this up as our models get in better shape to handle these things. And so we'll get more confidence in our forecast as we go through the weekend and such. But right now, this is what I can come up with. I do have a lot of experience looking at this kind of stuff. So this is kind of my first guess as to how this complex pattern next week will kind of evolve. All right, take care. Thanks for listening, and